So what brings you to these parts then?
I'm writing a film.
Oh, about what?
I'm not sure really. I'm quite lost in the writing. I can't seem to get a grasp on the story. I want to make it something deep, yet funny at the same time. Like a sort of ironic look on present day.
Like klosterman?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I couldn't write anything as good as that, but yeah, like klosterman, exactly. Do you like Chuck Klosterman?
Can I ask you a question about dreaming?
Yes, you can absolutely ask me a question about dream. What's your name?
Charlie, have you ever had a dream that seemed to last 5 years, or that you were only asleep for a couple of hours? Or that you were dreaming for 100 years? Or that you got lost in the Arctic Circle for decades and decades and decades? Or that you were married to somebody your entire life?
Yes, I have. I completely understand where you're coming from.
Okay, cool, but that's not my question. My question is this. Are we only able to understand this because of books, movies and television? Because the difference between real time and dream time would be impossible to understand organically.
Why do you possibly work here?
Take me seriously.
I am taking you seriously. I'm taking you more seriously than any woman I've ever met in a restaurant in my life.
Well, what I was wondering is if TV taught people to have longer dreams, because TV is always flashing forwards. If sitcom characters are in the living room one moment, and then when they come back after the commercials, they're in bed, we automatically understand that daytime is now nighttime. We automatically do this without thinking. Books do this all the time too. Like I'm reading 100 Years of Solitude right now.
What the hell is going on here?
And the unspoken increment of time is the crux of that entire book. You couldn't write this book if people didn't understand narrative time travel. Nobody could read for 100 years straight, so what I was wondering is how people dreamt before the invention of media. Not just before movies and TV, but before printed novels. I mean, how would a caveman dream? Would his dreams be in real time, like Show 24? How could the subconscious mind of a caveman collaborate the idea of two things happening 10 years apart?
Well, there was always oral tradition, and even the most rudimentary kinds of storytelling assume that the listener can imagine the passage of time. But I suppose the larger question would be whether the caveman could distinguish between his real life and his dream life. Since I'd have to assume they're identical, both would contain a lot of mastodon hunting. But regardless, I find your views fascinating.
Thank you. I like to think about this crazy shit sometimes.
Yeah, me too. It seems to be the only thing I ever think about. Why did you ask me about all this dream stuff? Do you talk to all your customers this way?
God no. I just thought maybe you were smart because you read the paper and you looked a bit bored.